In this, we'll explore OpenClaw. OpenClaw is an autonomous AI agent which gives you recommendations even when you're asleep. You can actually connect it to WhatsApp, Telegram, and other channels to get recommendations on anything, whether it be stock options or anything else. In this, we'll explore how to set up OpenClaw with WhatsApp and connect it with Yahoo Finance to get stock options based upon a configuration that we set up. So let's dive straight into it. Now we're on WhatsApp. So we'll trigger our entire Python code base using a single command. Let's do something like analyze market. When I hit this particular query in WhatsApp, what it's doing is that it's running our Python code using Twilio endpoint, getting the data from Yahoo Finance, which is the script that is written in the Python code base, and then sending that particular list of stocks, calls, and puts to OpenClaw, which is then summarizing the information and then giving the answer back to us. So it would be great where I can just chat on WhatsApp and get stock recommendations, which I can invest in. So let's go in the backend and understand how this is actually possible. So we'll go into VS Code for that. So let's go into VS Code. So in VS Code, you can see the entire chat history. So here, if I go up, we'll be able to see that there was an incoming request to analyze a market. The intent behind the user query was to conduct a full analysis. Now this is done via the code base in app.py. The app.py has a function to interpret the user query to determine if it's a full analysis, whether call options are only needed, put options are only needed, or it's a general help instruction from the user based upon the user query. Once a user intent is identified, it pulls the data using marketscreener.py, which is basically a script which loads the data of Yahoo Finance, loads stocks, the calls, and the put options, gives loads the data based upon a set of filters that are present in this particular config.yaml. Something like the minimum price would be should be 10, average volume should be 500k, so on and so forth. And we are picking just the top three symbols and the options just to reduce the latency of this particular entire code base, but we can increase this. And these stock options are sent to OpenClaw LLM in order to summarize and for us to get a message like this here. So firstly, we'll go into how to set up OpenClaw in the VS code base, and then how to set up the app.py, which is a Flask app, and how to connect WhatsApp so that we can trigger commands on WhatsApp and get the stock recommendations. So for this, there are three terminals that are needed in VS Code. The first terminal is related to OpenClaw. Now OpenClaw is already running here, but for you, what you can do is that you can first of all, I'll just end the session. You can go to OpenClaw installation and then you can configure OpenClaw by the command OpenClaw configure. In the OpenClaw configure, you can configure to remote machine and configure the model of your choice. It can be OpenAI, Anthropic, etc. by providing the API key. You can also do publicly available models, but publicly available models like Olama, etc. Does not have tool calling enabled. So here tool calling is needed, due to which you would have to go ahead with OpenAI, Anthropic models or any other model that supports tool calling. You would have to integrate channels as WhatsApp with OpenClaw as well. Once these two aspects of the configuration are done, then your OpenClaw would be set up. You can view your OpenClaw dashboard by using the command OpenClaw TUI, starting the OpenClaw server, which will give you a gateway URL, which you can put it into your browser and see the OpenClaw dashboard. Yeah, so the gateway is connected right now. Now I can go into the OpenClaw dashboard and see, like this particular OpenClaw dashboard itself, we will be able to see upstream. So these are all the chats that I have done, and you can see that the OpenClaw is running at one particular gateway. So let's identify the gateway. So we can even ask it directly, what is the gateway to see chats. So right now I'm chatting with the OpenClaw LLM, and it should give me a response, "Hi Arun, this particular gateway is so on and so forth." Let's see. Oh, I exceeded my current token usage. Let me just ramp up the plan and come back right into it. I increase my plan. Now this should work. So let's see what is the gateway. See chats. Okay, I got the gateway right here, 127.001, etc. Now if I go into the UI and put this in, I should be able to see the complete chat history right here. And also I'll be able to see the agents, the markdown instructions corresponding to the agents, all are visible directly in the OpenClaw UI right here. So that's how you set up OpenClaw and then keep it running. While this is actually running, you can start your Flask app by just doing python app.py. So I'll stop this and then start the Flask app, python app.py, which is a script that we have here. Once this is also running on the port 5001, we need to start the ngrok server, which links to the Twilio account. Then Twilio establishes the connection between WhatsApp and our Python script right here, the Flask app. So in order to do that, you can open a new terminal and then put something like ngrok http 5001, which is the port that it's running. And once this is actually running, you can go into the Twilio URL, put the URL from here into the sandbox settings, and once this particular setting is fixed, through WhatsApp you will be able to trigger your Python script, and then that Python script is going into OpenClaw by giving the details from Yahoo Finance, and the OpenClaw is summarizing, and then we're getting the information back via Twilio into WhatsApp back. That's how it is happening in the backend. So we'll go back into this one, the Flask app that is currently running. We'll go into WhatsApp and we'll do the same thing once more. Let's say analyze market. Now when we go into the terminal, we'll see that the incoming request is analyze market. The intent behind this was to do a full analysis. Based upon the LLM, it identified that the intent behind the user query is full analysis, and we got the Yahoo Finance data. So the OpenClaw connection timed out right now, so we should be able to see the Yahoo Finance data that is available directly from our market screener.py script, but it's not a summarized version from OpenClaw. So in order to do that, I need to reset my connection. Let me restart the OpenClaw server directly. So I'll do OpenClaw to UI. Okay, now let's try it. I'll restart this too. This is also there, so let's try it right now. Okay, it got the payload, it's sending into OpenClaw. OpenClaw should be summarizing the information, and we should be, yeah, it's a 200, so it worked. So it should, yeah, it gave a summarized version of the Yahoo Finance data, and you can see the summarized version here directly. So this was a quick overview on how to set up WhatsApp integration with Twilio and eventually use OpenClaw for doing a summary. But we can utilize OpenClaw for a lot more things. We can build agents in order to pick specific stocks, do more analysis, and build other kinds of systems. Perhaps you want to integrate with Outlook and get a summary of the mails that are unread. So those things can also be set up by setting up different agents via OpenClaw.